today we have signed contracts with three contractors who are known in the community to have undertaken projects successfully. And this time I'm very happy that the agricultural sector is receiving some attention. We know that the roads in the Geneva area, the agricultural belt of Granby, has needed some attention for some time. And so the Mopo and Macaton area will be seeing some improvements to the feeder road. So we just signed contracts valued at $500,000 to address some of the very poor conditions on that feeder road. And we look forward to the contractors, as usual, undertaking some pretty good work. And if we improve feeder roads, it is important that farmers return to the farms. I visited that area about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and a lot of the land is lying fallow. And it is important that we are able to produce to feed ourselves and to feed the rest of the country. I know, having worked in the Geneva area as an agricultural extension officer many years ago, that it is a very, very productive area. It's one of the most productive agricultural belts in the country. We produced world-class ginger for many years, hot peppers, bananas, and every crop that you can possibly think of. And the area is well suited for rhizomes and for root crops and other crops. So I want to encourage our farmers to return to the farms. But not only that, this injection of funds for road improvement is one phase. I think the next phase is very dependent on those who will be using the road to ensure that they maintain the drains, because the biggest problem there is that the drains are clogged and nobody comes forward to really clear the drains, and so it causes erosion and the roads deteriorate. So very important that the farmers take care of the road. It is built. We cannot expect that the government will come back again to really provide the resources for road improvement in the not too distant future. So I'm very happy today for the resources being provided. I want to say to the contractors, as usual, we will work with you, make sure that you get your funding, and of course I expect that you will give us wonderful works. But certainly I am very happy, coming from an agricultural background myself, not necessarily as a farmer, but as an extension officer, and having worked in that area, I am excited for the farmers of Granby, and for the possibilities that will be available to ensure that we too can benefit from the agricultural sector. For too long, the Geneva lands have laid fallow, and we need now to bring them back into production.
As the chairman said tonight, this evening, what we have done is to sign contracts to the tune of $500,000 for the reinstatement of the Mopo Macaton Feeder Road. This road has been, we as a parliamentary representative, this is the third time that we will be spending money in this area. And I am happy that we are responding to the call of the farmers, and by my own observation, because I have driven up the area, and we are now going to try to alleviate the plight of the farmers in that area. This evening, the contract that was signed, we have with Mr. Ralph Alexander, will be working from the entrance of the main road to the Macaton Mopo junction. The area that will be covered will be 60 meters, and that is to the tune of $59,032.50. The second part, which is for Mr. Shane Alexander, that's a length of 230 meters from the junction, Mopo Macaton junction, to up Macaton. And that will cost us $222,122.50. and to Bernard John Baptist, who will be covering 223 meters of road, will also work from the Mopo Macaton Junction, this time into Mopo, at a cost of $218,845, all of which totals to the $500,000. And so I want to take this opportunity to commend the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Prime Minister, for making that funds available. We know now that we are in budget mode and not much spending is happening now, although we have community projects well on the way, things that were approved prior to budget. So I'm happy at least we are now signing these contracts so that we can see repair to the road. However, as I would really want to issue a call to the farmers, because in discussion with the farmers, what we found is that too often that farmers do not see the road as part of their own business, because that is your livelihood. Your farming is your livelihood, and so your actions can very well interfere in the level of production and results that you will realize. Too often that our farmers do the work, clear the gardens, and especially those who are along the roadside, clear the gardens, cut the trees, and allow it to remain in the drains. And when that happens, the drains are blocked, and so the only path left for the water to run is on the main road. And so that is the main reason why the condition of the road has deteriorated thus far. And if the farmers understand the importance of the road to their own livelihood, I think they should be a little more conscientious when they do the work and recognize whatever we do can either help to build us or to break us. And so people must take responsibility for ensuring that the drains are open as much as possible close to their holdings. And even when they cut the grass, sometimes they throw the grass in the drains. And my intention is to really meet the farmers in the soonest possible time, so that we can discuss it and try to avoid those things. We will also see in the near future, soon after the budget. In fact, once we have people who are willing to move forward, we will see also some vegetation management, because Macaton area is heavily covered with bush. So we will see some vegetation management taking place on the Mopo Macaton Road in the near future. I'm hoping I would have gotten the estimate today. So as soon as we get the estimate, the Minister of Finance has asked me to present it so that we can find funds to make it to begin the work. So really, we will do all that we are expected to do, but I think the onus is on the farmers to claim ownership of the road and to take responsibility for ensuring that the road remains in the best possible manner to make movement to their farms and transportation of their produce much easier. Really, they have to take responsibility for that. I really want to commend the contractors tonight. I think I wanted to say they've been doing a tremendous job, and it's against that backdrop that I had no hesitation in inviting them to be the contractors on that project. They've been doing a splendid job. I want to recognize, for example, Ralph Alexander, who just completed something for his first time. And I mean, everybody been talking about this piece of road that he just completed. And so I really want to encourage you all to continue to give us quality as much as possible. Do not compromise the quality, even if it is feeder road. Make sure that we can give us good roads so that at least it can last for a longer time. So I really want to hope that we can also engage as many people in the community as possible as a means of their own livelihood. So let us work together, and I want to thank the council for agreeing to administer the funds for us. So let us continue to work. Mr. Regis, as I said, will be supervising the projects. We've been seeing him in Grand Bay very often in the south, supervising all projects that are on in the constituency, down to small business. So he will be supervising and will be working very closely with the public works engineer before any further payments can be made, to ensure that they are satisfied with the amount of work that's going on. So really, let us see if we can work together to improve the livelihood of our constituents. Thanks so very much.